So what do we need to do? Like I'm kind of lost because my brain,
Peekaboo. Okay, mama, so I was tagged and I couldn't help but to jump in on this one. Why? Because I went through the same thing. I am an extreme caregiver and a mom of three, okay, uniquely made children, two having autism. My daughter is 22 years old. Okay, I went through the adolescent years. I went through the whole hygiene. I still deal with a lot of the hygiene, but it has reduced significantly since I started to implement this stuff. So, you see this? Your baby girl needs a visual schedule. Everything needs to be broken down. She needs to see it in her face every single day. You might need it in multiple places. She might need one in the bathroom. In the bathroom, you can do task boards. You can have just one of these broken down into parts, okay? And let me turn the camera on so I can. Okay, so this board right here, I created this simply for those with like level 1 autism or kids with ADHD or kids that just need help staying on board. So with this kind of board like this, for instance, you're able to use the word bathroom, right? But you see now you're breaking it down into smaller parts. So it's like actually using the bathroom, brushing your teeth, and washing your hands. And you just start breaking things down. Smaller for playtime. Look. For work. What is she working on? Sensory. Helping mom. Okay, outside. You can fill that one up. And bathroom. So for instance, with a visual schedule, you're able to change it if you have to, but it's right there in her face. There we go. With visuals, she knows what's happening, and also it also reduces the anxiety because she's in control. She takes her time. If she needs more time, you implement timers. You can implement breaks in between. For instance, if you can schedule on certain days out the week when to brush her hair or when to wash her hair or when to fix her bed, or you break all those down into smaller parts. But since you're speaking on hygiene, what you can do is you can create a task board. And with a task board, you can break it down into smaller parts, okay? You can have it set up where she has to brush her teeth, wash her hair, clean her ears, cut her nails, wash her face, sit on the toilet. She has to close the shower curtain, put on deodorant, put bag in the trash can, take out the garbage, because the reason why I have those, for instance, let me implement that. My daughter wears liners all the time, right? But when she's on her menstruation, like when she's on her menstrual, I change those pads to thicker pads. And I can tell when she's starting her menstrual because of her mood. But what we've been doing is that she uses like those little doggy bags, and she just put her little sanitary pads, rolls them up and put them inside the bag, boom, in the trash. Very discreet. I've also taught her how to roll it up. Rolling up a lot of modeling. So what that does is create the space for her to have her own little privacy instead of your child just leaving the pad open in the trash can, because that's just what happened in my household. But moving forward, I broke everything down into smaller parts, and now everything is a little bit more discreet. And when the trash is full, she knows to tie it and remove the whole entire bag. So it's just like you can build these life skills. She's 12, and you stated that she's level 1, so she's gonna be able to do so much more. She just needs a lot of visual support. If you create task boards, it's just gonna give her an ability to have control. She can take her time, and you can start off small with those task boards as well. You can start off with 3 tasks, 4, 5, 10, and just keep increasing it. As she gets older, you're gonna have more expectations of her, and she'll be fully capable of cleaning her room by the time she's an adult. With my daughter, when she started this task board, we started off with 3 tasks a day, and she's currently at 48 a day because the visuals just tell her pretty much what's happening. Also, I don't know how her communication is, but even a tablet, okay, can help her, because, for instance, my daughter has, it's time for a bath, it's time to brush your teeth. I'm using that, right? There's ways to implement alarms. You can get her a watch that tells her what time it is. She needs to know what time it is and what time everything is. If dinner is at 5:30 and bath is at 4, then every single day she has to be prepared to have her bath ready or be suggested to take her bath at 4 or at least close to 4 p.m. Routine, just being consistent with it. With girls, we have to model a lot, and we have to be mindful that sensory is a big one. For instance, my daughter struggles with washing her hair, so I had to make it more inviting. So what I did also, I bought her one of those trays that go right over the tub while she's sitting in it. I have all the shampoos, conditioners, everything lined up, and we go step by step. She's in control of how much soap is squeezed into my hand. So she's working on her fine motor and gross motors, but she's inviting me and letting me. And then we count to 10, we stop. We count to 10, we stop. We do it in stages, and then it just creates a space for sensory to be, accommodated. So there's a couple books that you can read up on this, sensory, life skills. There's places where you can get templates. So it's just, yeah, friend, I got you. Just let me know where exactly, if you need it to be broken down in smaller parts than what I just expressed, just jump in my inbox. I'll be more than happy to help you in particular areas, because it takes a village, and you reached out and I answered. So hope to hear from you soon.